Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. It is time once more for that weekly painting progress. And progress is always made. Well, most of the time. So, let's get things rolling. I try to get stuff done, and what's funny is these came out super glossy when I used a matte sealer. That is bizarre. But I have been on a roll with epic scaled stuff for the Cyborg Martian faction from KMFP Designs, which is where this guy comes from. Should look familiar, and I don't know why I am spending so much time trying to paint all of the details on these tiny little things at a 5x zoom. Yeah. I'm like, half the time I'm painting these days doesn't seem to even be with my glasses on anymore, and I can't really tell what I'm doing. It's kind of sad, but it does look kind of cool when all is said and done. So I don't even know what this model is called. I don't even know if it's still available. I know that KMFP was going back and kind of tweaking a lot of their older models to make sure that there weren't any issues with other companies. So whether this is available right now or not, I can't say, but it never hurts to check, right? And as always, we'll have those links down below if you want to check. So just getting a couple other big boy style machinery on camera to give you an idea. Obviously, these are all still KMFP models, but my Cyborg Martians are going to be quite capable of protecting their sacred planet. So I got that guy done. And I'll be honest, I spent way too much time on that thing. Way too much time. And this guy, almost as much. I could not get the colors the way I want, and man, that is glossy. That is really bizarre. This is one of the recent Mousefolk from the Dragon Trappers Lodge. It's like their critter folk of the Barrows or something. I don't. You'll find him on my mini factory or somewhere else, wherever you get your 3D printed models. And originally I was going to paint him up like Matthias, but it didn't look right. I didn't care for the colors. And he's wearing plate armor anyway. It's not like he's wearing a, priest's frock or anything like that. So it didn't seem the best of choices. I'm going to have to spray him with something else. But he is appropriately tiny. Almost matching up in size to our War Machine friend there, which is kind of sad. Alright, what else we got? Other diminutive folks, I have been slowly trying to paint through all of the various forest dwarves I've gotten from Mom Miniatures. Some really fun models. And I know people have mentioned and asked in the past if they have these available as physical options, not just printable stuff, and yes, they do. I've ordered from them quite a few times, mostly before the pandemic, but I've been looking for a good excuse to put together another order, so I may just do that in the very near future. But at the very least, they've had a lot of nice, fun models available for 3D printing. So we have another of the Warriors right there, and then I started working on one of the Explorers. And again, I don't know why things are so glossy, but it is what it is. We'll go back and fix that up. I feel like I am spending way too much time trying to paint all of the little minuscule details, and I probably shouldn't. And I still don't do the greatest job. And I mean, I know I've got the camera super duper zoomed in. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but, I'm like, I want to get things looking decent. So, slowly working my way up into a warband of forest dwarves. And then this model is another of those. Well, I broke the sword, which was kind of sucky, and I feel like all of the poor attempts at highlighting just got kind of absorbed into the grayish black murk of her outfit. But this was a older model from Raging Heroes that I had printed a while back. Always wanted to get around to it. I want to say it was from their Rottenberg set, which was like, Witch Hunter Inquisitor types versus plaguey zombie monster guys. And I'll let you fill in the blanks as to what you could probably use those for. But, yeah, I had a really hard time figuring out where the details were with her. And I feel like maybe I just primed over everything, and I just did such an ham-fisted job that you can't really tell where the details are anymore. I'm gonna go with that. That's my excuse. But she's done. And then finally, the model that I probably spent way too much time working on this week, and I'm not 100% satisfied with the results, but they are what they are, and that is the most recent version of Nago Ryuki from Erkman's Minis. Nago Ryuki, you may or may not know, is one of the most recent characters, and by most recent, I mean he was one of the flagship model characters for Guilty Gear Strive, Guilty Gear being the classic high-octane anime-styled fighting game from Arc System Works. These days, busy making Grand Blue Fantasy relinks and dungeon fighter duel stuff, but anyways, I digress. He's at least in good company. I really tried to get all those details, and I feel like I kind of did a poor job for it. We had to try to get his jacket. I tried to put all the keep out signs on his various belts and straps. This is the third one. That's only 2 fingers. You can't see all my fingers. The third Nago Ryuki I think I have painted now from Erkman's. I can't find the first one. I know I have it somewhere, and I did search around the house over the weekend, but I gave up eventually. Here was the second one, which I also feel like I did a reasonably decent job on. At least I got the face of the helmet really nicely. What I should have done is done them up in like 1 and 2 player colors. That's what I should have done. Some things I like about this one better, some things I like about this one better, but hey, you know what? I got them both done now, so eat that. Whether I bother trying to enter it into any kind of a painting competition, I don't know, because I know Erkman, if you guys like all of these fighting game models, of which, well, Erkman has done quite a few different franchises at this point. There's a lot of fun stuff to be had, and obviously our friend here is going to be in very good company, and I still feel that he is one of the absolute coolest looking models from the Guilty Gear universe, but maybe only with Ram Lethal coming close, and thankfully Erkman actually has a new Ram Lethal coming very soon. So if you are a fan of her, like I am, you can take a wild guess as to what I'm going to be printing first thing come May. So yeah, May, I can't even believe May is already around the corner. My kid's graduating high school, and then we're heading off to Japan, like immediately that evening at like midnight or something crazy. So I am probably going to have a whole lot less videos posted between now and the middle of July. So please forgive me. That does not mean that I'm going to be out of touch and out of mind, hopefully. But yeah, I already have some stuff already posted and set to go. But yeah, over the next few weeks, unfortunately, I am going to be super duper busy with graduation, with various events and activities. I get to be the lucky one to drive to, so yippee for that. But yeah, anyway, we'll have those links to all these models down below. These aren't the ones I painted this week, so let's try to get the crew that was done this week where they should be. But overall, I am happy with the fact that I at least got stuff painted, despite my frustrations with the way I paint. I know I am always my biggest critic, and I can't help myself. I'm like, I know I can do better. I really need to get to a hobby shop in the reasonably near future, hopefully before I get back from Japan, hopefully before we leave for Japan, so I can stock up on some new brushes and paints. One of these days, I just have not had the time, patience, or energy to do that. So fingers crossed we'll get that taken care of in the near future. And in the meantime, as always, we'll have that hashtag weekly painting progress. I'll try to post these on social media when I ever have a free moment, which doesn't seem anytime soon, unfortunately. But we'll also have the links to all this stuff as well down below, so you can indulge in just as many models to your heart's content. And with that said, then, this has been High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.